Welcome to Sarah Wood's Tale, where stories comes alive. Please do well to hit that subscription button and turn on your notification bell for subsequent stories. Goldhaven, Thornton Mansion. The Thornton Mansion in Goldhaven is a glittering fortress of wealth, perched on a hill overlooking the city's skyline. Its marble floors gleam under crystal chandeliers, and gold-framed portraits of the Thornton lineage line the walls. The dining room, where the scene unfolds, is a cavernous space with a long mahogany table set for a lavish welcome dinner. Outside, the night hums with the distant sounds of Goldhaven's bustling streets, but inside, the air is thick with tension. The mansion's opulence contrasts sharply with Sarah's memories of Willowshade's mud-brick homes and communal fires, amplifying her sense of displacement. Sarah Miller, 28, steps into the Thornton mansion clutching James's arm, her heart pounding with a mix of hope and nerves. Her traditional Willowshade gown, a flowing, hand-woven dress in vibrant greens and golds, embroidered with patterns symbolizing unity, sways as she walks. It's a gift from her late mother, and wearing it feels like carrying a piece of home. James, dashing in a tailored suit, squeezes her hand, but his smile is tight, betraying his unease. The grand foyer swallows Sarah's small frame, and she feels like a sparrow in a lion's den. Margaret Thornton, the matriarch, greets them at the dining room entrance. Her silver hair is pulled into a severe bun, and her emerald dress screams wealth. Her smile is polite but doesn't reach her eyes. "Welcome, Sarah," she says, her voice smooth as silk but cold as ice. "You must be overwhelmed by all this." The words sound kind, but the implication stings. Sarah doesn't belong. Edward Thornton, James's father, stands nearby, sipping whiskey. His broad shoulders and sharp suit exude authority, but his glance at Sarah is dismissive, as if she's a minor inconvenience. Clara, James's sister, lounges against the table, her red dress clinging to her like a second skin. She smirks, eyeing Sarah's gown. "How quaint," Clara says, her tone dripping with mockery. "Did you make that yourself?" Sarah's cheeks burn, but she forces a smile. "It's from my village, Willowshade. My mother taught me the patterns." Her voice is soft but steady, clinging to pride. Clara raises an eyebrow. "Charming. Very rustic." Edward chuckles, and Margaret's lips twitch, but James says nothing, his gaze fixed on the floor. Sarah's heart sinks. She'd hoped he'd defend her, but his silence cuts deeper than Clara's words. The dinner begins, and the table is a battlefield. Servants glide in with platters of roasted lamb, exotic fruits, and wines Sarah can't pronounce. The Thorntons' friends, Goldhaven's elite, fill the seats, their laughter loud and their jewels dazzling. Sarah sits beside James, trying to join the conversation. She mentions a community project in Willowshade, hoping to share her passion, but Margaret cuts her off. "Oh, dear, let's not bore everyone with village tales," she says, waving a hand. The guests laugh, and Sarah's words die in her throat. As dessert is served, mango sorbet in crystal bowls, Clara leans toward a guest, her voice loud enough for Sarah to hear. "She's James's little charity case, you know. Straight from the village. Can you imagine?" The table erupts in stifled giggles, and Sarah's fork trembles in her hand. She glances at James, pleading with her eyes, but he busies himself with his drink, avoiding her gaze. The betrayal stings like a slap. A young guest, emboldened by wine, pulls out his phone and films the scene, zooming in on Sarah's gown and the Thornton smirks. "This is gold," he whispers to his friend, uploading the clip to X with the caption, *village girl meets high society. Ouch. *, the video spreads like wildfire, amassing thousands of views within hours, with comments ranging from sympathy for Sarah to cruel jabs about her peasant dress. The viral moment captures the raw humiliation of being an outsider, resonating with anyone who's ever felt out of place. After dinner, Sarah excuses herself, her heart heavy. In the guest bedroom, she locks the door and sinks onto the plush bed, the mansion's silence suffocating. She pulls a worn photo from her purse, a faded image of her parents smiling under a Willowshade baobab tree. Her father's warm grin and her mother's gentle eyes ground her, but tears spill over. "I thought I could do this," she whispers, clutching the photo. "I thought I could make them see me." Her quiet sobs echo in the vast room, a stark contrast to the laughter downstairs. Despite the pain, Sarah's resolve hardens. "I'll show them," she vows, wiping her tears. "I'll make them respect me." Sarah's vulnerability is palpable as she cries alone, the photo symbolizing her lost family and fading confidence. Yet her whispered vow plants the seed of resilience, setting the stage for her journey. Gold Haven, Thornton social events. The scene unfolds at a glittering gala in Gold Haven's Crystal Pavilion, a venue of glass and steel that sparkles under the city's night sky. The pavilion's ballroom is alive with music, clinking glasses, and the chatter of Edenridge's elite. Waiters weave through crowds, offering champagne and canapés, while a live band plays Afrojazz, blending modern beats with traditional rhythms. For Sarah, the glamour feels like a cage, every smile a test she's failing. Weeks after the disastrous welcome dinner, Sarah is still reeling but determined to fit into the Thornton world. She wears a sleek black dress James picked out, hoping it'll help her blend in, but it feels foreign against her skin. At the Crystal Pavilion, she clings to James's arm, her smile practiced but fragile. The Thorntons are in their element. Margaret charms politicians, Edward brokers deals, and Clara flirts with influencers. Sarah, however, is a ghost in their orbit. At a cocktail table, Sarah tries to join a discussion about Gold Haven's education system. "In Willowshade, we built a library with community donations," she says, her voice earnest. "It changed everything for the kids." A businessman nods politely, but Clara swoops in, laughing. "Oh, Sarah, nobody cares about your little village projects. Tell us something interesting, star." She turns to the group, pitching her idea for a luxury spa, and they hang on her every word. Sarah's suggestion is forgotten, her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. Later, as Sarah sips water, she's too nervous for champagne. Clara approaches with a glass of red wine. "You look so serious, Sarah," Clara says, her smile sharp. "Loosen up." She stumbles, her wine splashing across Sarah's dress, staining the black fabric with a crimson bloom. The crowd gasps, and Clara covers her mouth, feigning shock. "Oh no, how clumsy of me," she says, but her eyes gleam with malice. Laughter ripples through the guests, and Sarah freezes, the wet fabric clinging to her like shame. James, nearby, rushes over but hesitates. "It's just wine," he mumbles, handing her a napkin. His weak response stabs Sarah's heart. A guest, phone already out, records the moment, zooming in on Sarah's humiliated expression and Clara's smug grin. The clip hits X with the caption, *oops, another bad night for the village girl. It sparks heated debates online, with some decrying Clara's cruelty and others mocking Sarah's bad luck. The viral moment fuels discussions about classism, drawing thousands of shares and comments. Sarah excuses herself to the restroom, scrubbing at the stain with shaking hands. In the mirror, she sees a stranger, her eyes dull, her spirit bruised. "They don't see me," she whispers, her inner monologue raw. "I'm screaming inside, but I'm invisible to them." The thought crushes her, but a spark of defiance flickers. She thinks of Willowshade, where she's needed, not erased. That same week, Sarah slips away to Willowshade, a 3-hour drive from Gold Haven. In the village, the air smells of earth and hope. At a small school she's funding with her modest savings, children swarm her, their laughter like medicine. "Miss Sarah," they shout, tugging her hands. She teaches them to read under a mango tree, their eager faces erasing the pavilion's sting. "You're our hero," a girl named Ella says, hugging her. Sarah's heart swells, the joy of being seen washing away her pain. Back in Gold Haven, Sarah keeps her volunteering secret, knowing the Thorntons would mock it. But the contrast between Willowshade's warmth and Gold Haven's coldness fuels her resolve. She may be invisible to the Thorntons, but in Willowshade, she's a light. The Thornton mansion in Gold Haven is as imposing as ever, its grand study lined with darkwood shelves and leather-bound books, a room that reeks of power. The evening light filters through heavy curtains, casting shadows that mirror the tension in the air. In contrast, Willowshade is a sunlit haven of simplicity, with red earth paths, thatched roof homes, and a communal meeting ground under a sprawling baobab tree. The village's warmth and vibrancy stand in stark opposition to the mansion's cold grandeur, amplifying Sarah's emotional turmoil. Sarah sits in the Thornton mansion's study, her hands folded tightly in her lap, her simple blue dress a quiet rebellion against the family's ostentatious style. She's been summoned by Margaret, who stands by the fireplace, her posture rigid, her diamond earrings glinting like weapons. James lounges in a leather chair, his face a mask of discomfort, while Edward flips through papers at the desk, barely acknowledging Sarah's presence. The air feels heavy, as if the room itself is judging her. Margaret's voice cuts through the silence, sharp and deliberate. "Sarah, we need to talk about your trips to that village. Willowshade, is it?" Her tone drips with disdain, as if the name itself is an insult. "It's beneath the Thornton name. People are talking, and we can't have you dragging our reputation through the mud." Sarah's heart races, but she keeps her voice steady. "Willowshade is my home, Margaret. I'm helping the school there. It's important to me." She glances at James, hoping for support, but he stares at the floor, his jaw tight. Margaret scoffs, folding her arms. "You're home. You're a Thornton now, dear. Act like it. Those people don't need you playing hero. It's embarrassing." She pauses, her eyes narrowing. "Stop going there. That's final." Sarah's breath catches, her mind reeling. "But the children depend on me. The school." "Enough." Margaret snaps, her voice echoing. "You will not disgrace this family further. Do you understand?" Sarah turns to James, her eyes pleading. "James, please. Say something. You know how much this means to me." Her voice trembles, raw with hope and fear. James shifts uncomfortably, his fingers tapping the armrest. "Sarah, maybe Mother's right. We have an image to maintain. Can't you just focus on us?" His words are soft, but they hit like a betrayal, each one a knife to her heart. Sarah's eyes fill with tears, but she blinks them back, standing tall. "I thought you loved all of me, James. Not just the parts that fit your family's image." Her voice breaks, and she turns to leave, unable to bear the silence that follows. As she reaches the door, she hears Edward mutter, "She'll learn her place." Unbeknownst to the Thorntons, a servant, sympathetic to Sarah, records the exchange on her phone, capturing Margaret's cruel ultimatum and James's spineless response. The audio leaks to X that night, posted anonymously with the caption, *Thornton family bullies their daughter-in-law. It spreads rapidly, trending across Eden Ridge and beyond, with thousands of comments expressing outrage and sympathy for Sarah. The viral moment strikes a chord, exposing the Thorntons' elitism and igniting public support for the village girl who dared to stand up. Devastated, Sarah drives to Willowshade the next morning, her tears blurring the road. The village welcomes her with open arms, its dusty paths and laughing children a balm to her wounded spirit. At the community ground, Lydia Bennett, her fiery childhood friend, pulls her into a hug. "You look like you've been through a war," Lydia says, her brown eyes flashing. "What did those snobs do now?" Sarah wipes her eyes, her voice shaky. "Margaret told me to stop coming here. James, he agreed with her. I feel so alone, Lydia." The confession spills out, raw and heavy. Grace Okoye, the village's wise elder, sits nearby, her silver braids gleaming in the sun. She pats the bench beside her, her voice gentle but firm. "Child, you are never alone here. Willowshade is your strength. Those Thorntons may try to break you, but you're tougher than their gold and lies." She takes Sarah's hand. "Keep fighting. For us. For you." Lydia nods, her fists clenched. "They don't own you, Sarah. Show them what you're made of." Their words spark a fire in Sarah's chest, easing her pain. Later, while helping at the school, she overhears a conversation between two village elders about a big project threatening Willowshade's land. Curious, she digs through papers at the community center and finds a document stamped with Thornton Enterprises logo, a plan to bulldoze Willowshade's fields for a luxury resort. Edward's signature is scrawled at the bottom. Sarah's blood runs cold. Her in-laws aren't just cruel, they're a threat to everything she loves. Sarah's tearful confrontation with James lays bare her heartbreak and his betrayal, while the encouragement from Lydia and Grace in Willowshade rekindles her resolve. The discovery of Edward's plan adds a layer of urgency, transforming her personal pain into a fight for her community. Willowshade and Goldhaven. Willowshade buzzes with quiet determination, its community center, a modest building with colorful murals, serving as the hub for Sarah's efforts. The air smells of roasted maize and hope, with villagers gathered under shade trees, their voices a mix of worry and resolve. In Goldhaven, the Thornton mansion's dining room is a cold contrast, where Clara spins her lies over breakfast. The city's media offices, where Thomas Grant works, hum with the promise of truth. In Willowshade, Sarah stands in the community center, surrounded by a small group of villagers, farmers, teachers, and elders. She clutches the Thornton Enterprises document, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "They want to take our land for a resort," she says, holding up the paper. "But we can stop them. I've heard Edward talk about their plans. They're cutting corners, bribing officials. We can use that against them." An elder, Mr. Cole, frowns, his weathered face skeptical. "How do we fight people with that kind of money, Sarah?" Sarah smiles, a spark of defiance in her eyes. "With truth. I know their weak spots. We'll gather proof, letters, permits, anything shady. Then we'll take it to the courts." Her confidence rallies the group, and they nod, inspired. Lydia, ever the firebrand, claps her hands. "Let's do this. Those Thorntons won't know what hit them." The villagers split into teams, with Sarah coordinating discreetly to avoid Thornton spies. She visits the school daily, teaching children to keep up appearances, but her real work happens at night, poring over documents with Lydia, drafting letters to lawyers, and contacting environmental groups. One afternoon, while teaching under the mango tree, the children swarm her, their laughter infectious. A girl, Ella, hugs her tightly. "You're our teacher, Sarah," she says, her eyes shining. The nickname spreads, and the children chant it, their voices a chorus of love. A visiting volunteer, moved by the scene, films Sarah reading to the kids, her warmth radiating as she laughs and corrects their pronunciation. The video, posted to X with the caption, "This is what kindness looks like in Willowshade," goes viral, amassing millions of views. It contrasts sharply with the leaked audio of Margaret's cruelty, painting Sarah as a beacon of hope against the Thorntons' coldness. Comments flood in, "She's an angel." And "Shame on the Thorntons." The viral moment boosts Sarah's cause, drawing attention to Willowshade's plight. Meanwhile, in Goldhaven, Clara sits at the Thornton dining table, scrolling through X on her phone. She's furious about the viral video, her jealousy festering. "Sarah's playing the saint now," she sneers to Margaret, who sips her coffee. "We need to shut this down." Clara spreads a rumor, whispering to socialites that Sarah's trips to Willowshade are a cover for an affair. The lie spreads like poison, with tabloids printing headlines like "Thornton bride secret scandal." Sarah, unaware, feels the chill of whispers at a Goldhaven event, her isolation deepening. In Goldhaven's media district, Thomas Grant, a sharp-eyed journalist, stumbles across the viral Willowshade video while researching Thornton Enterprises. Intrigued by Sarah's quiet heroism, he visits Willowshade, watching her teach from afar. "There's a story here," he mutters, jotting notes. He begins digging into Edward's resort plan, sensing corruption. Sarah's hope, rekindled by the children's love, grows stronger as she senses allies forming, even if she doesn't yet know Thomas's role. The children's hugs and teacher Sarah nickname lift Sarah's spirit, countering the pain of Clara's rumors. Her secret mission fuels her purpose, transforming her from a victim into a leader, even as isolation threatens to break her. The Thornton mansion looms in Goldhaven's elite district, its polished marble and towering windows a symbol of untouchable wealth. The charity event takes place in the mansion's grand ballroom, adorned with golden chandeliers and floral arrangements that cost more than most people's homes. The air buzzes with the chatter of Goldhaven's high society, but beneath the glamour, betrayal festers. Later, Sarah's bedroom in the mansion, once a hopeful sanctuary, becomes a place of heartbreak, its opulent decor mocking her pain. Sarah adjusts her elegant silver gown, a rare gift from James, as she navigates the Thornton charity gala in the mansion's ballroom. The event, billed as a fundraiser for Goldhaven's orphans, is more a showcase of Thornton wealth than charity. Sarah's heart is heavy from Clara's rumors of her infidelity, whispered among socialites, but she forces a smile, determined to endure. James, in a crisp tuxedo, stays close but seems distant, his eyes avoiding hers. The crowd sips champagne, their laughter sharp and hollow, while a string quartet plays softly in the background. Clara, radiant in a scarlet gown, has spent days planting seeds of doubt. She's fabricated evidence, blurry photos of Sarah with a male volunteer in Willowshade, taken out of context, and fake text messages suggesting an affair. She shows them to James that morning, her voice dripping with false concern. "I hate to do this, James, but you deserve to know. Sarah's been sneaking around. Look at these." James, already swayed by his family's pressure, feels a surge of anger and betrayal, his trust in Sarah crumbling. As the gala reaches its peak, James pulls Sarah aside to a quiet corner near the dessert table, his face a storm of emotions. The crowd's eyes follow, sensing drama. "Sarah, we need to talk," he says, his voice low but shaking. "Are you seeing someone else? Clara showed me pictures. Texts. Don't lie to me." Sarah's stomach drops, her eyes wide with shock. "James, what? No. I'd never do that. Those are lies. Clara's twisting things." Her voice cracks, desperate for him to believe her. "You know me. You know I've been helping Willowshade, not cheating." James clenches his fists, his voice rising. "Then why are you always there? Sneaking off. I trusted you, Sarah." His words echo, drawing gasps from nearby guests. Sarah's face burns, tears welling as she realizes the crowd is watching. "James, please," she whispers. "Don't do this here. Let's talk privately." But James, fueled by hurt and Clara's manipulation, shakes his head. "No. I need the truth. Are you making a fool of me?" His accusation rings out, and the room falls silent, all eyes on Sarah. A guest, phone in hand, records the confrontation, the video capturing Sarah's trembling lips and James's angry glare. Uploaded to X with the caption *Thornton drama explodes at gala. It goes viral within hours, sparking outrage online. Comments flood in, she doesn't deserve this. And the Thorntons are heartless. The viral moment amplifies Sarah's humiliation, resonating with anyone who's faced public betrayal. Devastated, Sarah flees the ballroom, her heels clicking on the marble stairs as she rushes to her bedroom. She locks the door, her breath ragged, and begins packing a small suitcase. The room's luxury, silk curtains, a 4-poster bed, feels like a cage. She tosses in her Willowshade gown, a few photos, and her mother's necklace, her hands shaking. As she zips the bag, she catches her reflection in the mirror. Eyes red, spirit broken. "I deserved better," she whispers, her voice barely audible, the words a gut-wrenching admission of her shattered dreams. Tears stream down her face as she slings the bag over her shoulder and leaves the mansion, driving to Willowshade under the cover of night. The next day, Thomas Grant, the journalist, tracks Sarah down in Willowshade. He finds her at the school, sitting quietly among books. "Mrs. Thornton, I'm Thomas," he says gently, his notebook in hand. "I saw the gala video. I'm sorry, but I'm here about something else. Thornton Enterprises. I think they're planning something dirty with Willowshade's land." Sarah wipes her eyes, her voice steady despite her pain. "You're right. Edward wants to build a resort. It'll destroy the village. I have documents, permits, emails. They're bribing officials." She hands him a folder, her trust in him a leap of faith. Thomas nods, his eyes sharp. "This could be big, Sarah. I'll make sure the world hears it." Their meeting plants the seeds of justice, though Sarah feels only the weight of her broken marriage. Back at the mansion, the Thorntons gather in the dining room, clinking glasses. Clara smirks, raising her wine. To Sarah's exit. "Good riddance." Margaret nods, her smile cold. "She was never one of us." Edward chuckles, oblivious to the storm brewing. Their celebration is a chilling contrast to Sarah's pain, setting the stage for Karma's reckoning. Sarah's whispered "I deserved better" as she packs her bags is a heart-wrenching moment of self-realization, capturing her heartbreak and the crushing weight of betrayal. Her resolve to share the truth with Thomas hints at her inner strength, even in her darkest hour. Willowshade and Goldhaven media outlets. Willowshade's community center is a hive of quiet resistance, its walls adorned with children's drawings and maps of the village's endangered land. The sun bathes the village in golden light, its resilience palpable despite the looming threat. In Goldhaven, media offices buzz with urgency, their newsrooms alive with screens and ringing phones. The city streets pulse with protesters, their voices a growing tide against Thornton Enterprises. In Willowshade, Sarah throws herself into saving her village, her heartbreak fueling her focus. She meets with villagers in the community center, her voice steady as she outlines their next steps. "We've sent evidence to the lawyers," she says, pointing to a map. "The courts can stop Edward's resort if we prove it's illegal." Her eyes are tired but fierce, her pain buried under purpose. The villagers nod, inspired by her courage, though Sarah remains unaware of the storm brewing in Goldhaven. In the city, Thomas Grant publishes his exposé in Edenridge's leading newspaper, *The Beacon Star. The headline screams, *Thornton Enterprises land grab, corruption and destruction in Willowshade. The article details Edward's plan to raise Willowshade's fields, backed by evidence of bribes and forged environmental reports. It names Sarah as the whistleblower, her photo from the viral Willowshade video, a beaming smile as she teaches kids, splashed across the front page. The story spreads online, shared millions of times, with ex-posts calling Sarah a hero. Protests erupt outside Thornton Enterprises headquarters, a glass tower in Goldhaven's heart. Hundreds gather, waving signs reading *Justice for Sarah. *and *Save Willowshade. Their chants echo through the streets, a powerful chorus of support. A protester films the scene, capturing a young woman holding a sign with Sarah's face, captioned, "She stood up to the Thorntons. So will we." The footage trends globally, shared by influencers and activists, amplifying Sarah's story as a symbol of resistance against greed. Comments pour in, "Sarah's our queen." And down with Thornton. The viral moment galvanizes public outrage, turning Sarah into an unwitting icon. At the Thornton mansion, Margaret and Clara seethe over the exposé. In the living room, Clara scrolls through X, her face twisted. "This is Sarah's doing," she hisses. "She's ruining us." Margaret, pacing, snaps, "We need to fight back. Spread more lies, say she's a liar, a gold digger." Clara posts on X, calling Sarah a manipulative village girl out for revenge, attaching doctored screenshots of Sarah's schemes. The slander gains some traction among Thornton loyalists, but most netizens rally behind Sarah, dismissing the lies. In Willowshade, Sarah remains focused on her mission, unaware of her fame. One evening, Lydia bursts into the community center, her phone glowing with protest footage. "Sarah, you've got to see this," she says, her voice breathless. She plays the video, and Sarah's jaw drops as she sees the signs and hears her name chanted. "Justice for Sarah," the crowd roars, their passion shaking her to her core. Sarah's eyes widen, a mix of shock and fear. "Lydia, this is huge. But, what if the Thorntons come after me harder now?" Her voice trembles, the weight of her unintended spotlight sinking in. Lydia grabs her shoulders, her grin fierce. "Let them try. You've got the whole world behind you now. You're not alone, Sarah." Sarah nods, her heart pounding. The viral support is a lifeline, but the fear of retaliation lingers. Still, she straightens, her resolve hardening. "Okay," she says softly. "Let's keep fighting." The moment marks a turning point, her shock giving way to cautious hope as she embraces her growing power. Sarah's shock at seeing the viral protest footage, coupled with her fear of Thornton retaliation, captures her vulnerability and awe. Lydia's encouragement grounds her, fueling her determination to press on. Goldhaven, Thornton Enterprises. Thornton Enterprises headquarters is a sleek glass tower in Goldhaven's business district, but its polished facade hides a crumbling empire. The executive boardroom, with its long oak table and city views, is tense with panic. In Willowshade, the community center is a humble contrast, its mud brick walls and wooden benches filled with warmth as Sarah works tirelessly. In the Thornton Enterprises boardroom, Edward Thornton slams his fist on the table, his face red as he glares at his advisors. Papers detailing investor withdrawals are scattered before him, each one a blow to his empire. "How did this happen?" he bellows. "We had those fools eating out of our hands." An advisor, sweating, stammers, "The expose, sir. Investors are spooked by the corruption allegations. They're pulling out." Edward's resort project is dead, his reputation in tatters, and the public's outrage, fueled by Thomas Grant's article, has left him powerless. Clara, meanwhile, faces her own downfall. Once Goldhaven's darling, she's now a pariah. At a cafe, her former friends snub her, whispering about her lies against Sarah. Her ex-account, once flooded with adoration, is bombarded with hate, liar. You're done, Clara. She sits in the boardroom corner, scrolling through the comments, her manicured nails tapping furiously. "This is Sarah's fault," she mutters. "She's destroying us." Margaret, ever the strategist, tries to salvage the family's name. She invites Thomas Grant to a private meeting in her office, a plush space with velvet chairs and a silver tea set. "Mr. Grant," she says, her smile tight, "we've had a misunderstanding. Retract your story, and we'll make it worth your while." She slides an envelope across the desk, stuffed with cash. Thomas, his jaw set, pushes it back. "I don't sell the truth, Mrs. Thornton. The world knows what you did." Unknown to Margaret, Thomas records the exchange on his phone. The leaked video, posted to X with the caption "Thorntons try to bribe journalist." Goes viral, further humiliating the family. Comments explode. They're shameless. Sarah deserves justice. In Willowshade, Sarah is teaching children when James arrives, his suit rumpled, his eyes red. The community center falls silent as he approaches, villagers eyeing him warily. Sarah stands, her heart pounding but her face calm. "What do you want, James?" she asks, her voice steady. James's voice cracks. "Sarah, I was wrong. I believed Clara's lies, and I failed you. I'm so sorry." Tears spill down his cheeks. "I see the truth now, my family's greed, their cruelty. Please, forgive me." Sarah's eyes glisten, but her resolve is iron. "Words aren't enough, James. You broke my heart. If you want my trust, prove it. Stand up to your family. Fight for what's right." She turns back to the children, dismissing him. James nods, wiping his face, determined to earn her forgiveness. James's tearful apology lays bare his regret, but Sarah's steely resolve to prioritize herself shows her growth, her pain tempered by strength. Willowshade. Community gathering. Willowshade's main path transforms into a vibrant stage for a peaceful march, lined with colorful banners and villagers in traditional attire. The crowd swells with thousands from Goldhaven and beyond, their signs bobbing under the midday sun. The community ground, with its baobab tree, hosts the rally's climax, a place of unity and defiance. Sarah leads the march through Willowshade, her simple white dress glowing in the sunlight, a symbol of purity against the Thorntons' corruption. Thousands follow, villagers, Goldhaven students, environmentalists, holding signs like "Save Willowshade." Justice for Sarah. Drummers beat a steady rhythm, their music blending with chants that echo across the savannah. Sarah's heart races, but she walks tall, Lydia and Grace by her side. "You're doing it, Sarah," Lydia whispers, squeezing her hand. "This is your moment." The march reaches the community ground, where a wooden platform awaits. News of the protest has spread, and the government, bowing to public pressure, announces a halt to Edward's resort project, citing illegal permits. The crowd erupts in cheers, but Sarah knows the fight isn't over. She steps onto the platform, her voice clear despite her nerves. "I came to Goldhaven hoping to belong," she begins, her words carrying over the crowd. But they called me invisible. Today, I say, I am not invisible. We are not invisible. Willowshade will stand. The crowd roars, her speech recorded and shared on X, captioned Sarah's anthem. It becomes a global sensation, with millions quoting I am not invisible as a cry for justice. Comments flood in, she's unstoppable. This gave me chills. Clara, desperate to salvage her image, crashes the march, pushing through the crowd in a designer dress. Sarah, she calls, her voice fake sweet. I'm sorry for everything. Let's make peace. The crowd boos, sensing her insincerity. Sarah, poised, responds, Clara, true apologies come from the heart, not a camera. We forgive, but we don't forget. Her grace silences Clara, who slinks away, humiliated. The moment, captured on video, trends alongside Sarah's speech, showcasing her strength. James steps forward, unannounced, taking the microphone. I failed Sarah, he says, his voice shaking. My family lied, cheated, and hurt her. I'm done with their greed. Sarah's the hero here. The crowd cheers, and Sarah's eyes meet his, a flicker of hope amid her caution. Her tears fall, not of pain, but joy, as she stands tall, the crowd's roar washing over her like a wave. Sarah's triumphant moment, tears streaming as the crowd roars, captures her transformation from victim to leader, her joy tempered by the weight of her journey. Gold Haven, Thornton Mansion, and Courts. The Thornton Mansion, once a symbol of untouchable wealth, now feels hollow, its grand halls echoing with the family's downfall. The Gold Haven Courthouse, a stately building with stone columns, is packed with reporters and onlookers, its courtroom a stage for justice. The contrast between the mansion's fading opulence and the courthouse's solemn authority underscores the Thorntons' reckoning. In the Thornton Mansion's dining room, Margaret sits alone, her silk robe wrinkled, her face etched with defeat. The chandeliers are dim, and boxes line the walls, evidence of their forced downsizing. Edward's corruption charges have gutted Thornton Enterprises, and the mansion is being sold to cover legal debts. Clara, once a socialite queen, slumps in a chair, scrolling through X, where she's mocked relentlessly. They're calling me a fraud, Clara mutters, her voice bitter. Margaret snaps, stop whining, Clara. We'll rebuild. We always do. But her words lack conviction, and the silence that follows speaks volumes. Outside Goldhaven's elite circles, the Thorntons are pariahs, their invitations to galas dried up, their names whispered with scorn. In the Goldhaven courthouse, Edward stands trial, his tailored suit unable to mask his haggard appearance. The prosecutor lays out damning evidence, bribes, forged permits, and environmental violations tied to the Willowshade resort plan. Sarah watches from the gallery, her simple green dress a quiet contrast to the room's tension. The judge's gavel falls, sentencing Edward to 5 years in prison. Reporters' cameras flash, capturing Edward's slump as he's led away in handcuffs. The footage, paired with images of Sarah's calm resolve, hits X with the caption Thornton falls, Sarah rises. It trends as poetic justice, with comments like karma's real. Sarah's the hero we need. The viral moment resonates, celebrating the triumph of truth over greed. Sarah, meanwhile, receives a call from Edenridge's governor. Mrs. Miller, he says warmly, your work in Willowshade has inspired us. We'd like you to lead our community development board. Sarah's heart swells, but she hesitates, her voice soft. I'm honored, but I need to think about it. Willowshade's my home. The offer is a testament to her rise, yet she remains grounded, her priorities clear. James, determined to rebuild trust, joins Sarah in Willowshade, helping with school repairs. At the community center, he hands her a hammer, his smile tentative. I'm here, Sarah. For you, for this, he says. Sarah nods, her eyes cautious but softening. Keep showing up, James. That's what matters. Their exchange is small but significant, a step toward healing. Thomas Grant, celebrated for his exposé, stands at a Goldhaven Awards gala, accepting a National Journalism Prize. This is for Sarah Miller, he says, holding the trophy high. She showed us courage beats corruption. The crowd applauds, and Sarah, watching the live stream in Willowshade, feels a lump in her throat. That night, alone under the baobab tree, she reflects, her voice a whisper. I fought for my people, but it cost me so much. I forgive them, but I'll never forget. Her bittersweet words capture her journey, triumph laced with scars. Sarah's quiet reflection under the stars, forgiving but not forgetting, blends pride with the lingering pain of her struggles, marking her growth into a resilient leader. Willowshade and Goldhaven. 1 year later. Willowshade's new school, a bright building with colourful murals, stands proudly on land once threatened by Edward's resort. The opening ceremony draws a diverse crowd, villagers, Goldhaven supporters, and global donors, under a sky painted with sunset hues. In Goldhaven, the Thorntons' new, modest apartment is a humbling backdrop to their changed lives, a stark shift from their lost mansion. The Willowshade School's opening is a festival of hope. Children dance in traditional attire, their laughter mingling with drumbeats. Sarah, in a vibrant Willowshade gown, stands before the school, a red ribbon stretched across its entrance. The crowd, thousands strong, hold signs reading *Thank you, Sarah. Global donations, sparked by her viral story, funded the school, a symbol of her legacy. James stands beside her, his presence steady, having spent the year supporting her projects. Their bond, rebuilt through his actions, is quiet but strong. Sarah takes the microphone, her voice clear. This school is for every child who dreams big, she says. We built it together, proving love is stronger than greed. She cuts the ribbon, and the crowd erupts, cameras flashing. The moment, live-streamed on X with the caption *Sarah's school opens hope. * goes viral, shared as a beacon of community triumph. Comments flood in, * she's a legend. * this is what change looks like. * Margaret and Clara, humbled by their fall, approach Sarah after the ceremony. Their plain clothes and weary faces contrast with their former glamour. Margaret's voice is low, almost broken. Sarah, we were wrong. We treated you horribly. Can you forgive us? Clara, eyes downcast, adds, I'm sorry for the lies. I was jealous. Sarah pauses, her heart torn but steady. I forgive you, she says softly. But live better. That's how you make it right. Her grace silences them, and they nod, retreating quietly. Grace Okoye, Willowshade's elder, steps forward, her silver braids gleaming. She places a woven crown on Sarah's head, her voice resonant. You are Edenridge's silent queen, child. You spoke with actions, not noise. The crowd cheers, and Sarah's eyes glisten, overwhelmed by love. James squeezes her hand, his smile proud. That night, Sarah walks to a hill overlooking Willowshade, the stars bright above. She sits, her gown pooling around her, and speaks to the sky, her voice a monologue of peace. I was nobody to them, but everything to those who mattered. This is my home, my heart. I'm enough. Her words, raw and triumphant, echo her journey from pain to purpose, leaving an emotional mark on anyone who hears her story. Sarah's final monologue, I was nobody to them, but everything to those who mattered, is a tear-jerking culmination of her resilience, blending peace with the weight of her victory. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to get more interesting stories like this.